what took you to engineering and that too in AI?
But I was not that interested in technology, or you can say computer science, up until 18, until I went to the university. I was more interested in psychology. When I came to California, the air gets you. From then on, I went on the journey of building products.
At a very early age, I knew that I loved computer science. So I was just going out there reinstalling Windows Vista when my new laptop crashed. And then when I reinstalled the operating system and did a BIOS reset, and I was like, oh, damn, this is so cool. And I'm going to do this forever.
And I started in Delhi. I was born and raised in Delhi. I was there up until the age of 18. So early on, I think, my brother is an engineer. My dad is not an engineer, but he always focused on hard skills. So, but I was not that interested in technology, or you can say computer science, up until 18, until I went to the university. I was more interested in psychology. I was more interested in, just human behavior, I would say. And when I came to California, the air gets you. And but I always knew I wanted to do something on my own. So I think from then on, um, I went on with the journey of building products. Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Harshit?
A quick intro on me. As Sir said, my name's Harshit. Uh, I at a very early age, I knew that I loved computer science. So I was just going out there reinstalling Windows Vista when my new laptop crashed, and then when I reinstalled the operating system and did a BIOS reset, and I was like, oh, damn, this is so cool, and I'm gonna do this forever. And then I really started pursuing computer science a lot. I started learning a lot of programming languages at a very early age. That's how I decided that I wanted to do a combined degree of business and computer science. I applied to a bunch of universities, but then one of my physics educator at a at my high school said that you should definitely just go for engineering and let the world teach you business. So I took his advice and I went ahead and just did computer science. So I was in Australia for well over 5 years, wherein I was a full time student. I was working as a full stack engineer while I was at the University of Sydney. At the age of 19, I founded a company called nailib.com. So my goal at the age of 18, I was quite clear on where I wanted to head in life, which was launch one product, scale it to a lot of users, scale it to a good revenue, and then I expand my SaaS portfolio. So that was the plan. So at the age of 19, I launched Nail IB and scaled it to well over 500,000 monthly active users and to well over 3.2 million and to $3.2 million dollars in annual recurring revenue now. When that happened, then I just decided to expand my business portfolio, and I met Rishabh, and I loved his energy. I loved how he was, and I was like, I want to work with this guy, and he had the same thing. So we started reaching out to amazing enterprises and started helping them develop robust solutions for their internal operations or even for external operations. And now we've been scaling our own SaaS products, expanding our SaaS portfolio, and helping enterprise clients.
Okay, very nice. So, how old are you currently?
I'm 27.
I'm
You
25.
are 27 and you are 25. So, 27 and 25. Great. And okay, great. And how did you both meet? Both of you are in from Delhi,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
obviously Rishabh came to US and you went to Australia. How did you guys meet?
Yeah.
We
So, oh,
yeah.
go for it.
So we met at an edtech conference. So Rishabh was also co-founding an edtech company called Notify, wherein he was making really cool tech for education and high school students. And I was doing the same with Nail IB. So we were at the same conference and we collided and we really vibed a lot. And then Rishabh reached out to me after a couple of days that he wanted to catch up and meet. He came to my office. We vibed again a lot, and then we were like, "Let's just do something together. Our energies are
Yeah.
so." So that was the entire thing.
Okay, great. So for the viewers and for the young viewers who wants to build something, finding a co-founder can happen at conferences also. So that
Yeah,
can be learned here.
100%.
100%.
So
100%.
let's talk a little about that conference. So when you go to a conference, how do you approach a conference? Because many of my listeners meet with me at various places and ping me on LinkedIn about networking, how to network at these large conferences where you can really get lost between the booths and the keynote speaking and the so many panel discussions which are happening. But it was a big conference and you two guys met. So how did that happen? What are the key takeaways for founders who are attending so many pitch events, so many conclaves, Thai Global Summit, which is going to happen in the first week of January at Jaipur. These are large conferences. So
Yeah.
how do you guys approach when you go to a conference?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of thoughts about it. I'll share mine, and then
Sure.
I'll let Harshit share his experience as well. So, I think number one, you have to be very selfish. You have to know what your purpose is. Like for me, it was not to find a co-founder. I was in fact at the conference with one of my other co-founders, who was like one of my very good friends, Kritin, and we were doing a company together, and we were there to get clients. So we were building software for schools. So you can imagine we were doing automatic grading for K-12 schools specifically. And we thought, it'd be a good place to find principals of schools, especially, Delhi being a good hub for those schools and principals. But yeah, I would say like in conferences, you have to literally, I've learned a lot from my brother as well in this space, which is like, you just have to go and just introduce yourself. Hi, my name is, hi, my name is, hi, my name is, hi, my name is, no matter,
Mhm.
and it would be better if you can see the tag of the person. If you can see the tag, you can target more efficiently. But if you cannot, but you just have to force yourself and just introduce yourself to everyone. Don't pay attention to the speakers. You can listen to all the podcasts you want on YouTube. You can get all the knowledge you want on Gemini or any of the tools. So it's not about as much as knowledge, but it's more about like, connecting with people with a purpose. Like you should not meet with everyone also, but you should meet with people who you think will be relevant. So I would say prospect before even the conference starts, and just go for it, and believe in yourself. And uh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Harshit, what is your take on that?
Yeah, I 100% agree with Rishabh on the networking skills. And I truly believe that if you want to get the most out of a conference, go to the bar and not to the keynote speaking sessions. Go to the bar.
Mhm.
That's where all the good entrepreneurs are hanging out, drinking up, talking about business. That's my
Mhm.
approach. I usually go out, shake hands, and I'm like, let's grab a beer or something, and then we have a good long conversation on tech. So I think that's where a lot of good networking happened for me. I've been to a lot of conferences. I've been to a conference called the Affiliate World Conference, which is a huge marketing conference that happens in three places throughout the world every single year. And that's where I met amazing people, and I've always met amazing entrepreneurs. And more importantly, more HNIs just reside at the bar and they reside outside the keynote speaking.
Mhm.
So that's one of my things. And yeah,
Okay,
being
great.
selfish is the best tips.
So obviously, both of you are technocrats, and the question here is, building is one thing and selling is completely different.
Oh yeah.
So, Harshit, I'm very interested in knowing more about how did you scale your company to $3.2 million in revenue?
So with Nail IB, what we did was we went search first because people are always looking for educational resources through Google. So we invested a lot into Google Ads, remarketing ads, and we did a lot of media buying initially, and then we started scaling up our SEO efforts. We started providing students love free resources, and when you give free resources to students, they spread the word about you. So it's also led growth. So we followed a lot of PLG strategies wherein we were reaching out to students, we were creating a community, we had a huge email drip. So as soon as you sign up on Nail IB, you would get at least 365 emails hearing about amazing free content that we have to offer. We never sell anything to anyone. People buy
Mhm.
our resources because we provide them with trust, we provide them with quality that no one else does in the IB diploma market. So initially I did B2C, wherein I scaled my company to $2.7 million in revenue, and then we started doing a bit of B2B as well, and then we started scaling a lot of B2B and started getting a lot of B2B clients, wherein we had distributors throughout the world distributing our product to schools. So having a good distribution network is also very important when you want to go B2B. So having amazing amazing people who are really good at networking and sales, really pushes the B needle. But if you have a good PLG strategy, which is product led growth strategy, then a B2C business also grows pretty well. And when once a B2C business grows, it's a very stable sort of a income stream that you can truly rely on and be comfortable in life. So,
So product-led growth. Okay,
yeah.
we'll talk about that. At what age did you start your first company?
I started my first company. So what I did was, initially at the age of 18, I was working at McDonald's. So my first job was at McDonald's Central Park, Australia. And I was just like, I don't want to work at McDonald's because I want to do something of my own. So I started learning a lot of web dev, and then I started going to different restaurants throughout Sydney, and I made a mock-up for their website. So I was sitting at the restaurant having coffee. So I used to have coffees at a specific restaurant for 6 days, and on the seventh day, I used to pitch them a website for $1,500, then $2,000, then $3,000, and then I started developing websites. And then as soon as I started getting some cash, I invested all of that income into Nail IB. So at the age of 19, I founded Nail IB. So it took me around a
Mhm.
year of hustle to collect some cash, and then hire some of the best educators on the planet to make a product like Nail IB. And then it took me good 7 years to scale it to $3.2 million in annual recurring revenue. It was I honestly, when I started at the age of 19, I was like, oh damn, this is done, this is launched. I'll be a millionaire in the next 8 months, and let's fucking go, let's party. But it takes like good 7 years. It took me 7 years. It takes a lot less for a lot of people. And I was highly inspired by Zuckerberg, and I was like, if this dude can do it by 21, I can also do it by 21. I really worked hard a lot. But yeah, everyone has a different thing. And later I realized that the market that I was targeting, the TAM is not as huge. But
Mhm.
I really gave my best and started making money out of it, because I truly believe that you only fail if you quit. So I was just like, I won't quit, and I will scale it to whenever. And I'm still scaling it. And Rishab is helping a lot with everything. And so now that I have such an amazing co-founder by myself, I'm just blessed, honestly.
No, that's just him being
You
sweet.
are
He's
giving a lot of learning here, Harshit.
Yeah.
You only fail if you quit. Product-led growth. Let the world teach you business. So, just in 13 minutes that I have been talking to both of you, you have given me three nuggets for the, it is a lot of learning that I get and a lot of energy that I get from young lads like you. So, Rishabh, let's move to yourself. When did you
yeah.
start your first company?
So I would say officially it was 22, but unofficially, you know, it was at 18. Like at 18, I was again very interested in startups. I had just heard about the startup called AngelList, and
Mhm.
I just reached US. And even before I was applying to universities, for my essays, I was thinking about, like, what else can I write, and what else am I passionate about in life. And there's this I heard about this company AngelList, and I was like, oh, that's so interesting, like, connecting founders with investors. Sounds like a good idea. So I started researching in that. When I went to UC Davis, it being a part of Silicon Valley, like, I was able to garner some interest and connect those investors with founders in India. But it did not go, like, it did not like blow up or anything. But I pivoted, like at this point, I don't even know, like, I've done n number of ideas. I used to look at I used to go on Y Combinator's website or any other directory which used to have a lot of startups, and just look at their website, see what problems they're solving, see if I'm interested in that problem, see if any of my friends are interested in that problem. So the idea for me to do a startup at that age was, I just want to be in a room with friends and just talk about it, hack away on building cool things, talking about them, reaching out to potential clients, and just breaking a problem down. I think, like, that's the exercise I enjoyed a lot. And so officially, I started when I was just about to graduate college. And one of my very close friends, Kritan, like I mentioned, he and I knew each other since the past 6 7 years. He was at USC in LA, and he was also passionate about the education space specifically. and we thought there was a lot of white space after going through, I would say, n ideas from fashion tech to climate tech to x ideas, and yeah.
Okay, okay, very nice. I've been looking at your LinkedIn, and the name of the companies are very unique. I don't even know how to pronounce them. TRAO or
Trout.
okay. Uh, these are the names: VLON, co-founder VLON, Vlon, right?
Vlon. Vlon. It's called Vlon.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. How do you come up with these names?
So Rishabh and I came up with Trow. So Trow
Yeah.
is Rishabh so it's our baby. So we came up with it together, and it's more of brute force, wherein you look up names, then you translate from one language to the other, and then you look up the domain. So it's a lot of hit and try, and once you get the domain, and then you start liking the name because you that's the only option left. Yeah,
Let's
so
talk about your a daily or a weekly routine. Let's help some of the founders who are listening to this podcast understand what it takes, the commitments, the sacrifices, how you spend your day in a week's span. So let's start with
Yeah.
Sunday. What is
Yeah.
your typical Sunday, and
But
then let's get through.
yeah, and I think, like, before we even get started on that question, Harshit and I really believe in this, and I'll let Harshit speak for himself as well. Um, is you cannot force entrepreneurship out of anyone, like even for your own self. Like, you, even if you're thinking about, oh, what my day is going to be like, oh, what am I going to do on Sunday, what am I going to do on Monday, Tuesday, you've lost the battle because you
Yeah.
yourself are not passionate about it, about that particular problem, or about like building whatever it is. So unless it is something you want to do 24/7 and you do it, like you're thinking about it even when you sleep. I know it sounds cliche, but it's literally true. You have to be that obsessed with it. Only then you'll be able to come up with a routine. Or you don't even need to come up with a routine, because if you're doing it 24/7, you're doing it 24/7. There is no routine in it. Like, your entire life is I don't know, waking up. I mean, you should do things for fun, of course, but
Yeah.
it's very important to do it all the time. So, and there's this, I would say, like, there's this motion right now which is like, oh, like, build a product, get a co-founder, raise millions of dollars, and get start your founder journey from there. But um, oftentimes it's like those people are chasing, I would say, clout, or chasing a dream which is not their own. So
Mhm.
you have to be passionate about whatever you're doing. I think you can even, like, you can even have a tea brand for that matter, but if you're really good at that, like, there is no stopping. Yeah.
Mhm. Harshit, your
uh,
take.
my take on routine is I honestly live for my routine. I love it way too much. And ever since I remember, so I think I registered. Nail IV was an unregistered business up until 2021. So even
Yeah.
before that, my routine was, no matter how many tickets I have to solve today, or no matter how much code I have to write, no matter how many people I have to talk to, I would just get up early. I don't know why. Like when you, I'm a like I am mad at myself if I don't get up at like 5 or 6, and if I start my day late, I just don't
Yeah.
like myself. So I want to start my day early, and then I want to end my day late. And in between, as a founder, what you're doing is you're definitely talking to a lot of people, but then you're also helping your teammates scale up. Because if you scale your team, then things automatically scale in your business. If you're training the right people at the right time and you're solving their issues fast, then I truly believe that all the tickets are solved faster, and then the PLG that happens through your team. So, and I truly believe, if you and your team will mimic you. A- as a leader, this is a very important point. If you're a lazy founder, first of all, if you're a lazy founder, don't be a fucking founder. Second,
Yeah.
if you're a lazy founder, your entire team will be lazy. They won't give a shit about you or your company, because they will mimic you. If they think the boss is sleeping, why would they work for you? Like, they will also sleep through it, or even if they're working, they'll just watch YouTube video on the side and code on the side. And I've seen endless amount of times wherein we have to go out and travel somewhere, and once, for even for a couple of days wherein we're losing touch, obviously we've built amazing systems, so we get
Mhm.
proper time tracking, we get proper reports of what every single team member has done, but we have to ensure the quality of the work that they're producing is good, and they share the same amount of passion for the work that they're doing. And not the same, they see, no team member will share the same amount of passion as you would.
Yeah. Mm.
If they're even like, your job is to get them 70 to 80% there, like if they're excited about the product that you're building, then your job as a founder is done. And then you amp them up and you ensure that they're delivering quality, and you don't accept anything that's not quality. And and again, a good routine for a founder is very crucial. And personally for me, it's been 7 years now, and I've been working 7 days a week, at least 8 hours a day. At least 8 hours a day. I've had days wherein I've coded for 72 hours straight. I've had days wherein I haven't slept, which was initial days of Nail IB, wherein I was just too much into making every single line of code perfect and optimizing it to so much that it truly scales out. So it's also obsession. And when you mix obsession, then time, routine, time management, all of this is shit. This is all complete BS. There is no routine for a founder. You're always available.
Mm.
And even with Rishab's father, even with our father, we are purebred entrepreneurs since we were born. Like, we have seen our dad working 24/7. I've seen my dad go to his manufacturing unit at 3 a.m. and solve an issue because his employees are working there. I've seen my dad sleep on a factory floor because he had to ship an order. So
Mhm.
I've seen it, and I see that they have normalized it for me. So I also don't even stress about it. People talk about work-life balance, giving time to my wife. My wife talks about it a lot. She knows that I have a wife. But see, like, the first time I met so it's an arranged marriage. The first time I met my wife, I told her that I would love you a lot, but I would love my career more. And if you're fine with it, let's get married. So that was the one discussion that we had.
So let's talk about mentorship. Obviously, both of you are very young and started your career in entrepreneurship and setting up businesses and all. I'm a firm believer of mentorship. I always give an example of that. Hey, the Kohli and the other Indian cricketers, they know how to play cricket, right?
Mhm,
Still,
mhm,
they have a coach. Why do they have coach? For the
mhm.
final adjustment. So, what is your take about a mentorship role or a mentor in the life of a founder?
Right. Do you want to go first, Arshad, or should I go?
Yeah. Go, go, go.
Yeah. I would say again, like it's again cliche, but like you're the sum of the five people you hang around with. So I think a mentor adds into that. A mentor obviously is someone you look up to, right? But it's also someone you can be, I would say, shamefully yourself. You can talk about anything that you have, any thoughts that you have, because um, uh, if you're talking about like someone who's getting started for their founding journey, they must have someone they look up to, or someone, even if, okay, like for most, like at least for myself, it's like Elon Musk, because well, he's a crazy operator. He's not someone who just funds companies. He's the one who's running them. But yeah, I mean, like I can't have Elon Musk as a mentor, right? So you need to have someone at least in your vicinity, or someone you can reach out to when you need advice. Um, so a mentor's role is drive. I mean, you yourself as a founder would be very have a lot of energy. You'll be very energetic about whatever you're solving, whatever you're doing. But there are times wherein you don't feel the most energetic. You don't feel like you are doing whatever is required to scale the company, and you can drive energy either from your co-founder, from your teammates, or you have someone who guides you that, okay, like, if this is not going right, maybe you should change this, maybe you should change that. So role of a mentor is extremely important, and you just have to pick the right one. That's the hard part. Like, how do you find the right one? And the right mentor is not someone with the right credentials. It's not someone with someone who scaled let's say a company to 5 billion ARR. It's not someone that, but it's someone who believes in you, someone who can offer you advice, someone who can answer your late night calls. So yeah, I think like you have to know them philosophically, what they think about their life, and draw their energy from that. Yeah.
Somebody who can nurture you.
Yes,
Uh,
definitely.
you can use them as a sounding board, and they give you their direct
Right.
answers
Mhm.
to that. There is no emotion. If a mentor becomes emotional with the founder, then trust me,
Absolutely.
the company is going
Yeah.
very difficult after that. Harshit,
Absolutely.
your
My take on mentorship. So I have a story. So at the age of 18, I was obsessed, right? So by
take.
hook or crook, I wanted to make $1 million. I don't know why. It's not a huge figure now that we've done it several years straight. But at the age of 18, I was obsessed with it. And the mentality is always missing. People think that it's impossible. It's just if we go outside and we talk to 90 people, they would just think that you're nuts for thinking that you can make $1 million. So I reached out to a buddy. So, I met an amazing person at the University of Sydney. His name is Tim. And when I met him, he was sitting on millions of dollars, right? And I met him, and I told him, just tell me, bro, how do we make $1 million, bro? I really want to make it. Tell me everything. Like, tell me everything. I'll make notes. I'll write it. I'll read about it. Whatever. So what he did was he took me out on a coffee and he said nothing and he handed me one book, right? And that single read, right? I read it every single month. I still read it every single month. It's one of my best reads ever. And I think you've probably read it in the past, and a lot of entrepreneurs have read it. That so that book was my mentor. And then when I read that book and I see every single founder near me. So one of the most successful people person that I've personally seen is my dad, right? So I read that book, and the book is called Think and Grow Rich, right? And there are 13 principles in that book. And
Mhm.
my dad apparently, and my dad is I won't even say that he's educated. I'll be very honest with you. My dad I honestly is not educated, but apparently by the grace of God or whatever, he follows all those 13 principles even without knowing them. And when I read it, it everything connected to me, and that there's a system to making wealth, and that system is your brain, and you need to keep it fresh, and you need to keep it sharp, and you need to have unbelievable, stupid, delusional faith in yourself. No matter what happens, no matter even if the globe splits, I'll do it. So,
Mhm.
and in the initial years, you won't get people who would help you, because if you reach out to people, and even if you reach out to people for job referrals, they'll be like, you're you're a poor guy.
Yeah.
I'm not helping you. But when you reach out to people, or when you reach out to books, and I started reaching out to books. I read a lot. So there was a year when I think I was 18, 19 years old. I was reading one self-help book a week. I was obsessed with reading. And I bought a Kindle, and then I read through the Kindle, and I was reading through a lot of things. And then you realize that all the self-help books. So after you read 11 to 12 self-help books, you'll realize all of them have similar content, and this is talking about.
Yeah.
And then you know that there's a pattern to it, and if you follow the pattern, and if you truly believe in yourself, then it's just you against the world, and you go out there and you keep believing in yourself. God will. So I'm a huge believer of God. So there'll be instances wherein he'll slap you and he'll put you down and he'll give you legal cases to fight through. uh, but if you power through them, there's a huge bright light waiting for you, and he'll hug you so tight, and it'll make you so much money. So yeah, so it's just read a
Great.
lot. And if you're a young
I
entrepreneur, I believe reading is the best way to mentor yourself. You don't need anyone on this planet to tell you how it's done. You read, you
Mhm.
educate yourself, and you be the one who who knows how it works. So
Yeah, Bill Gates is still at this age. He will release his reading material for the year, that what books he is focusing on. So reading, of course, Uh,
And it battles
yeah,
loneliness. I was, as an engineer, I was really lonely at uni. I was coding, and I had no. I had friends, but I had friends who were either I was collecting money from them or I was giving money to them. So, so I had no like actual friends at uni, right? So, and when you read, you're never lonely. Try reading a book and try
yeah,
finish. You'll never feel lonely with books. I don't know why that
right.
happens. The weirdest thing. It costs $2 to buy a book in India, but you'll never feel lonely with books. So if you're
Yeah,
battling loneliness and if you ever feel down in life, go to Think and Grow Rich. Read it several times. It's the Bible for entrepreneur, and Napoleon Hill says it in the preface. Read it every single month. So
right. No,
yeah.
thanks for sharing it. Okay, let's talk about social media and the distraction that social media brings to the life of a college. How much time you guys spend on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X,
Yeah.
or any of the other? How do you manage your social media life?
Yeah, I can go first.
Yes,
I would say social media, again, it all comes down to how obsessed are you, how passionate are you with whatever you're doing, because your entire life revolves around it. So for myself, um, if I'm on social media, it's not like I don't have Instagram, LinkedIn, or X. I use them, but all of the content somehow is helping me learn something. So, like Harshit reads a lot of books. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I go down on research articles. I will read every little thing there is about, I don't know, like even a lot of technical stuff, but a lot of non-technical stuff also about philosophy. Like yesterday I was just reading an article on consciousness, and there was three different takes from a physicist, a quantum physicist, an AI engineer from Google, and a Hindu priest, and their take on consciousness. And it was just interesting because I'm interested in that. But that came up
mhm,
in my social media, and I wouldn't have ever found it if I wasn't on maybe Instagram or X. I don't remember. But again, so it comes down to how you curate your feed, and how you curate your feed will automatically be a byproduct of what you think in life, because again, the algorithms are meant to mimic what you want to see. So again, you are in control of what you see, and you're in control of what you read and what you hear. So um, I would say, if you yourself are thinking a lot about, this is the kind of things I want to do, how do I do it, you go on social media, you start using it, you'll get a lot of knowledge, and just go down the rabbit hole, and satisfy your mental curiosity. It always starts from curiosity. Like I myself, I do it because I'm curious about what the fuck is going on. So yeah.
mhm. So, Rishabh, if I summarize it, you are using social media for micro learning.
Yes,
And once you find something, then you deep dive into
absolutely.
it and go to the articles or the related podcasts, and then you
Absolutely.
gain your knowledge from there. How about
Absolutely.
you, Harsh?
I'm quite anti social media. So I uninstalled social media in 2022 after my sister's wedding, and I reinstalled it for my wedding, and now I've uninstalled it. So I don't use it at all. I'm not a huge fan. I truly believe that it depresses me. Whenever I go on social media, I'll see friends chilling out, partying till 12 a.m., which I cannot at all afford to do. And grass is always greener on the other side. So
Right.
it's better to not look at the grass and just to keep working, honestly. So I'm huge anti social media. I honestly don't use it a lot. I don't
Mm-hmm.
use it at all, honestly. And sometimes once a month I'll go through Instagram reels and spam a couple of my friends on motivational shit of buying a G wagon. But but then I would just uninstall it, honestly. And I
Uh,
just don't like it. I don't even I'm so bad at social media that I won't even reply to my friends on social media, and it's bad. It's bad
mhm,
for me. Uh, but yeah, I just don't like it, and I'm not for it, and it's not for me, and it's very unhealthy for my mindset. So I
mhm.
just stay away. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your current company. Both of you are partners in there. What do you do? What type of enterprises you help? And how do you reach out to those enterprises? And how big is your team? How quickly you can deliver?
Yeah.
And what is the delivery platform you use let's talk about your
Absolutely.
most recent company where both of you are the partners. Yeah.
Absolutely. So again, it's called Trout Technologies, and we help mid-market and enterprise clients build software and AI solutions. So the way we started was again at Nail IB. We had a person who we were paying like six-figure salaries to handle customer support, and in 2022 AI came about, and like fanboys of any new technology that comes about, we wanted to try it, so we tried it. We got really good at it. We got the best, like we got amazing at it, and we started automating a lot of our own processes. So we automated that customer support, and we automated content creation. We cloned my voice, had reels. So we automated the most repetitive workflows, and then we talked about our capabilities to other people, to other founders and other clients, like not clients at that moment but other people in general, and they were like, oh, like, can you do this for us? So that's how we started. And so we're serving a family office out of Connecticut. It's led by Professor Randy Cohen at Harvard Business School. He's a senior lecturer over there, and we're building really cool automations for them. So they're a family office and they wanted to grow themselves, and they were like, how can we get more clients? And currently they had like I think about like 5 to 6 people in their sales team, and the process that they were using was very manual. They wanted to find HNIs, high net worth individuals, who can afford to give them more capital. So the way that they were doing is they were going on LinkedIn, of course. They were going on reading like SEC filings to find like who filed that particular
Mhm.
form, find them on LinkedIn, reach out to them, um, keep following up with them, convert them, or through either warm intros. But that was a very manual process. So we automated like all of it. So we scraped, SEC filings. We're scraping all sorts of SEC filings. We're trying to identify, what are the signals that help us identify people that are going to get wealthy in the short term, in the near term, or in the long term, and convert those signals into contacts, and then have an automated way of reaching out to them repeatedly. So it has obviously helped them a lot. One of our other projects is, since our background in edtech, we've been getting a lot of edtech clients. So one of our other projects is building a learning management system for Elizabeth Johnson, Professor Johnson. She's at MIT. She's a senior lecturer over there, and she goes up to enterprises such as Google, Dell, HP, XYZ, and she delivers lectures to their middle management about strategy work, about how to lead change in an organization. So we are building an LMS, which is again AI powered. So the AI powered, we have an avatar, we're cloning her voice, she's recording material, and similar to Nail IB, we're demonstrating and having a platform where the L&D manager, the learning and development manager of that particular organization, can then further distribute it to the employees of that organization, so that they can learn about change, they can learn about a strategy, they can learn about AI. So that's one of the projects. We are also working on a very, very cool project for a client in London. They are building, you can say, an automated way of doing qualifications. So in London, you have A levels, you have V levels, you have different sort of I would say education curriculums for serving different needs. So we are building a bot, which is, you can imagine, it's like a lot of unstructured data on the internet, a lot of scraping from the internet, a lot of policy data, converting them into structured formats, and having intelligence on top of it that people can interact with and can automate a large part of their process. So this process, of writing a qualification specification used to take about 6 to 7 months and a couple of millions of dollars for particular organizations like Pearson, AQA, and other organizations. So we're automating that entire process. And it's a great tool. It's an enterprise level tool. And yeah, I'll let Harshit talk about some more of the cool stuff that we built.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, so we've been building amazing things, and Rishabh has been really good. at the marketing side of things and growth hacking. He's a growth god, I would say. And he's really good at reaching out to people and talking to them. And his forte is he brings this aura to our team, wherein he's a pure leader in terms of networking and organizing things and scoping things out and talking to clients and ensuring the communication. So I truly believe that if I were to learn something from my co-founder, that would be his communication skills. And I truly, and and that's why I love working with him, because I somewhere believe that I am not as good as him at communication, and I think that's why we are 1 + 1 11. So
Yeah.
I don't know if there's an English saying for that, but I've just translated the Hindi one for the podcast. So, uh, but yeah, and I think it's a good combination. And what we do is we ensure that we deliver the highest quality code. So our code gets reviewed by some of the highest CTOs and people working at Swiss banks, and it always comes out with flying colors. We ensure that the highest code quality is out there, and we ensure that our close rates are high, and we ensure that the enterprise that we are reaching out to uses our tool. So adoption, so even if we convert an enterprise into a paying retainer client, adoption is also one of the things that we really care about. We want them to adopt our system, and we want the systems to be so good that they can't live without it. And that's the biggest business strategy. Like, if you build
Absolutely.
something that they can't live without, then you'll have them for life. And
Yeah.
I think that's how great businesses are built. That's how Microsoft was built. Like, they built such a good product, you can't live without it.
Yeah.
This phone in my hand, I paid $3,000 for it. Why? Because they built such a good product that I can't live without an
Yeah.
iPhone. And it
Yeah.
happens again and again and again and again. And that's why it's called the product led growth and service led growth, wherein and it's always about, yeah, just making things good is what Rishabh and I truly focus on, and we don't give out. And there are moments wherein in tech what happens is, we any tech agency would miss deadlines because there are some bugs, the DevOps won't work, things won't go on production, but we ensure that we always do a kickstart. So we start developing products when we feel it in our gut that this client is close. So even we start developing even if before the money hits our bank, because we need that 1 to 2 week, we need that kickstart, we need the head start, and we invest in that head start. Even if we, there are instances when things don't go our way, but it's fine, we are happy to take the hit, because if we take those 2 weeks and really get prepped before the money hits the bank, we're just better, and clients love us for that. And it's just small little things, it's small little things that distinguishes a bad agency and a good agency,
And the
and
best one.
the best one. So, and I think good communication skills, good servicing skills, faster reply rates, taking care of the requirements, not being greedy with clients, and really delivering and over delivering is something that's Strauss' motto. So if they
Yeah.
ask for X, we'll do 10X. That's our internal thing. That's how we talk to each other. Like, we will just over deliver the shit out of the product, and they'll be so happy, and they'll just love us, they'll give us referrals. And things have been going great because we believe in smart and hard work, and we just keep want to do amazing enterprise apps. That's our core belief.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. And I would say I would just add one more thing to it. Like, you can say we're a tech agency because, well, the work that we do is across different horizontals. And so any horizontal company that builds custom software would be called an agency. But we are startup product guys ourselves, right? I mean, we've built products, we've grown products. So our entire we are like, you can say, like, the business mind behind a technical product. Like, Harshad is like a god in technicality. Like, he's taken technical leaps that I've never seen anyone create. And, well, we don't boast about it, but it's not that we don't do it. It's that it's behind scenes, it's behind curtains. But the customers that we work with know about those particular qualities. So I would say, like, obviously it's customer obsession to the needle, over delivering them with not only the back end and like you can say the core technology that runs behind it, but also the front end. We have some of the best designers. We focus a lot on pixel perfection. So even if you see a little thing off, we'll correct it, and we'll just keep obsessing over those little micro interactions that a client might have with the product. So again, like we solve a particular business problem. Like the client might not even know that this is a problem, but we help them identify, we help them understand, this is the opportunity that you can take advantage of. Because what's happening right now is 99% people know about AI, but they don't know the capabilities that it holds, or they don't
Hmm.
know what things that it can do for them. So lucky for us, the team that we run is as good as any top level CEO. So we build a lot of we bring a lot of business acumen with god level technical capabilities to implement on them. So we'll innovate for the client, we'll build it, and they won't even know about it, and then we'll ship it and they'll start using it. So yeah,
Okay.
we're very excited. We think right now this is the way to do. We are interested in building a lot of products, and we'll continue to do so.
Great. What is the end game?
Make $1 trillion, but also have the that level of impact, because again, money is the value that
It
you've
is a
provided.
byproduct. Money will
Yeah,
come. Money is a
yeah.
byproduct.
So when I say $1 trillion, it's about having $1 trillion impact. So it might be that we go into robotics, human robots. Yeah, because that's going to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry, or we might go into XYZ. But yeah, we'll just keep doing it till we can provide a lot of value to the world.
Hmm. Very nice.